Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to another Rainbow Six Siege video. As you've seen by the title today, this is going to be gameplay already before even test servers have come out of the new Aruni and Skyscraper rework. Now guys, I managed to actually get this gameplay off of the actual R6 Reddit page for the leaks. This came out quite recently and I've been watching it and I've been waiting for this video to actually upload it for you guys. So apart from that guys, if you're new in here, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications and let's get straight into this video. As you know, the other day we had Operation Neo Dawn get leaked by Rainbow Six Siege himself. They first off started releasing the kind of animation of the home screen, which is really cool, and it's kind of like a laser flower, and it's obviously called Operation Neo Dawn. Then they showed the new operator Aruni with a scar across the face, which was really interesting, and then straight after that they released the new animation for Aruni and kind of like the operator video for her. Now, this operator video I thought was really cool. People were impressed. It's a massive obviously laser reinforcement, and we already know from the gameplay and the test servers, which we kind of already had before, that we know this is correct and this is what it should look like. The quality isn't the best, by the way, so in the background in a minute I'll be going through it all with you guys and just explaining everything about it, but it's still really cool to see because it's also got the new Skyscraper rework within it. Now, if you don't know what Aruni's new ability is, it's a laser reinforcement. The gameplay will start right now, by the way, and the laser reinforcement basically is put up against the wall, it will go down, and as soon as you walk through it, you will lose between 40 to 60 damage depending on what arm you are. Now, this is really interesting to see, and just weird in how it does work, but it's very clever. However, you cannot actually break it at all. The only way you can stop it is by disabling it for a certain amount of time, and that is by throwing a grenade through it, if you walk through it, like drones, stuff like that, because that will class as something going through the laser thing. But this is going to make like people going quick into the game straight away from the start of the actual round. Just going in, it's going to make it so much harder because you're going to have to fight this just new ability. It's going to be so much harder to fight because you just can't rush anymore as much because this is going to be slowing you down as much. Unless there isn't a double way it's been done, but I highly do doubt that. She's meant to going to be an actual 3-speed 1 armor. Now, I'm not too fully sure if this is going to be her, but this is kind of what was been already kind of like told and leaked. Now for her first gun, she's going to have the P10 running, which is the submachine gun. People do love this gun. It's a very good gun at the end of the day, and I think this is kind of perfect for it. She seems quite a light actual operator, so it's interesting to see what she's going to be having, but apparently it's meant to be the P10 running. Then for a secondary actual primary weapon, it's going to be the MK14 EBR, which is the marksman rifle. It's going to have 60 damage, obviously 50 mobility and a 20 capacity. Not too bad, but obviously the whole kind of like the bullets within the gun is a marksman rifle, so it's pretty much spam as much as you can, sort of like a pistol. But she's going to have an ACOG, and that's going to be 3 times ACOG scope in it, which is really cool to see, and I think people will be really happy with that just in general, because like to have that 3 scope on it would be just really mad, especially like how they've made the new scopes this season. I think it's really cool. Then for a pistol, she's going to have the PRB92, nice little pistol, standard, but obviously it's one of those pistols you just use as a backup, very old fashioned looking, or just kind of like the actual original like 911 guns, which are really cool to see. And then for her gadget, she's going to be having barbed wire and a bulletproof camera. Now, just purely because of this as well, she actually has a melee ability where she can actually punch holes through the wall, and that's the reason why she's got no explosive as actual gadgets. So that's just fair enough and understandable, but to be able to have that barbed wire and a bulletproof camera, as well as be able to punch holes through walls, which is going to make an easier rotation hole and without using any impact grenades on your team, and have laser reinforcement, is a perfect way to do it. Now going obviously to the gameplay for the actual Skyscraper and Aruni, you can put pretty much her ability on anything. So you can put it on walls, you can put it on reinforcements, you can go and put it on hatches, and you can go and put it on doorways. Now hatches I think is a really clever idea, because especially like coastline, the bathroom hatch, you can put one on there. They can't really jump through it, and they've got to take that risk of actually losing that 60 to 40 damage, depending on what arm they are, and just to lose it, and that's really cool to see. But I do think this is clever. But just in general, seeing the kind of Skyscraper rework, we only see around half the map when we're going around, and a bit of the kitchen. It's really cool. It's a nice one, very similar to how it was before, just been updated a bit more kind of with the actual ability, or like with just the whole graphics of the map, and I do think that's really cool, and they've done well again. They did really well with Chalet. They kept Chalet to how it was beforehand with the kind of whole theme about it. They just changed a few like actual, just basically rooms within the game, extended it a bit and just changed a few windows, and that just makes it just so much easier to play, a bit more complex at the end of the day, but I do think it's really good for Rainbow Six Siege in general. Now guys, a lot of people aren't really happy about this new Skyscraper rework because they really did like it. However, it's only been done because it was so defender orientated that they just had to do it, and many people want it back in the actual ranked playlist. So by this rework, it's going to make it back in the ranked playlist, which is really cool to see, and I'm happy about it. Now guys, let me know what you do think about this, because it's very interesting. So far we've seen quite a lot from her. We've seen obviously the abilities, and in the gameplay, which I'm going to be leaving some of the video with some music extra, so you can just go and watch it by yourself. You can just go and see there's so much to Aruni, going through it, her guns, stuff like that, and it's just really cool to see from a third person perspective as well as a first person. But apart from that guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you did enjoy. There'll be some gameplay at the end for you just to watch if you want to, just more about Aruni and stuff like that, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. And apart from that, until next time, see ya.